All right, Shalom, Shalom, Israel, coming back with another video, giving all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ. Shalom, Shalom. And today's topic is going to be on using your talents, the talents that the Most High gave you. Right? I'm not talking about your rapping talents, your basketball talents, your athletic talents, whatever the case may be. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the talents. The talents that I'm talking about is the wisdom and knowledge and understanding that the Most High gave to you, right? Because the Lord said, if any man speak, let him speak of the oracles of the Most High. And paraphrase, I'm going to just pull it out real quick. Right, it's not going to be too long a video. Just touching on a few things real quick. All right, so we're going to go to 1 Peter 4:11. Bear with me. 1 Peter 4. Slacky, bear with me. 1 Peter 4:11. And it says, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahweh. If any man minister, let him do it as the ability, do it as of the ability which Yahweh giveth. Right? That Yahweh in all things may be glorified through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. So the point I really wanted in that was that it says, let him do it as of the ability which Yahweh giveth. So the ability that the Most High gave you, you got to use it so that the Most High's name can be glorified. Right? Say the Most High, for example, you got your dad, he been training you up to be the greatest soccer player ever. Right? Your dad just happened to be Lionel Messi, right? And he trained you up to be the top soccer player, and then when it came to playing in games, you're not trying your hardest. Every skill that he taught you, you wasn't using it. He taught you how to, cut a certain direction, and you had the perfect opportunity to use that cut, and you just didn't use it. Then your dad's name, right? His name isn't being glorified because now the people looking at you, and then they looking at your dad like, hold on, so what is he really doing? Isn't his dad Lionel Messi, right? He should have knew, to do the slant like this or cut like that, right? Same thing with the Most High, right? When you proclaiming the name of the Most High, you claiming that you believe in the Lord, you're supposed to be going out there and using your talents that the Lord gave you, right? Some brothers don't teach. Right, some brothers, can break down a precept to a person personally, face to face type of thing. If you're just one of those brothers, then you got to do that. You got to break it down to as much people as you can get it to. And if you're a teacher, you gotta study to show yourself approved, and you gotta study. Learn more every day. Whether it's precepts, whether it's just common understanding, right? You got to learn more each and every day as you go on so that you can, put forth that wisdom that you've been, learning and that you was taught so that the Most High's name can be glorified, right? So now let's go to the precept that I want. This is the book of Matthew. We're going to start at 25 and 13. Actually, I start at 14. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servant and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, right? To another 2, and another 1. So, this traveler, right? It's like, this traveler that has servants, he gave one of his servants 5 talents, the other he gave 2, and one of the servants he gave 1, right? So keep that in mind. To every man according to his several ability. Just like when we went to 1 Peter 4:11, the Lord said, let you, basically paraphrasing, you got to speak and minister as the ability that the Most High gave you. So same thing with these men. This traveler, he gave his servants according to what they can handle, right? And they got to use that, right? To every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them other 5 talents. So this is symbolic for, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Say I know the whole Bible, right? Which I don't, No one does, right? But say I knew every single breakdown, every single thing to the T. I know exactly how it's gonna play out. I know, basically, for example, say, all right, I'm not gonna use myself. I'm gonna say Yahweh Shai, right? So Yahweh Shai, he knows everything. He knows every single breakdown. So Yahweh Shai can give you 5 talents, meaning a 5-star level of understanding, right? And with that 5-star level of understanding that he gives you, you gotta go and gain more stars, right? You gotta gain more stars. You don't just stop at 5, right? You gotta work to strive and slack. You gotta strive to know more and to gain more stars, right? So it says, I'm gonna read it again. Then he that received the 5 talents, right? For example, like I said, the 5-star level of understanding went and traded with the same and made them other 5 talents. So that man, he went and traded, meaning he studied and got 5 more stars. So now he has a 10-star level of understanding, right? Verse 17. And likewise, he that received 2, he also gained another 2. Same thing. So the man, that had the 2-star level of understanding, now he upgraded to the 4-star, right? And it's true, you never want to be at just one level, right? You don't want to just be here. You at the beginning of the race, and you just still at the beginning. You still at the starting line. Everybody else running, and doing what they got to do, and you still at the starting line talking about some, I want to tie my shoes just right so I can run the race correctly. I want to put the shoe on correctly. I want to stretch the right way. Meanwhile, everybody else running, man. And you sitting at the starting line talking about some, I want to tie my shoes the right way so that my ankles don't swell up when I'm running, and making all these excuses up, right? So verse 17 again, and likewise he that received 2, he also gained other 2. So like I said, he gained more understanding. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money, right? So now this man, this goofy, lukewarm brother, he took the 1 talent that the Most High gave him, and then he put it in the earth, man. He put it, say for example, he got that 1-star level of understanding, so he can only break down Deuteronomy, right? And then the brother now, he going out and teaching Deuteronomy, but then brothers is asking him, hold on now, what does John 3:16 mean? And he can't break it down. That brother getting frustrated. Instead of telling the man honestly, I'm not at that level of understanding yet. I'm striving to get there, right? And going about your day, right? You sitting there getting mad, and then you go home, damn, I got confounded. Man, this 1 star that the Most High gave me, what is this? What can I possibly do with this? Then you hide it. You put it far back in your mind. Now you're not even preaching Deuteronomy no more, right? You're just not worried about it. Now it's just hid and buried in your mind, right? But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money, right? In Slakia, my bad, I had lost my train of thought. So like the man, like I said, that basically he took the 1 talent he had, he got confounded on John 3:16, then he went back home and he forsook the 1 talent that the Most High gave him, and he said, you know what, I'm not gonna do this no more. I'm gonna hide it, and that's that. Instead of going back home and studying John 3:16 so he could break it down, so he can gain that 2nd star, right? But instead he went and hid it in his mind. He got mad and hid it. 19. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoned with them, right? And that Lord is ultimately Yahushua. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Adon, which means Lord. Thou, I'm going to read it as it is, though, for the people that don't really know what I'm saying. Thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. So that brother with the 5-star level understanding, he came back to the Most High. He happy the Most High came back, because he like, look, I doubled your talents, man. I had 5, you gave me 5, and now I got 10. I was studying to show myself approved, and I was being that servant, that perfect servant, man. 21. His Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant, thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord, which is ultimately the kingdom. Right? And you're gonna be, if you is multiplying your talents, the Lord's gonna have you ruler over many things. You're gonna rule over nations. Verse 22. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. So now that brother with the 2 talents, right, the 2 star level understanding, he came back, he came back with 4. He didn't say, I only got a 2-star. I can only break down Deuteronomy. I can only break down John 3:16. And, then he get confounded on, for example, who the elect is or something like that, right? Who the saints are, or a lot of brothers like to go into Paul's epistles and misunderstand things like the Gentiles. So say for example, he had the 2-star level understanding. He knew how to break down Deuteronomy in John 3:16. Then when a brother on the highways and byways came to him with the with the Gentiles doctrine, saying that the Gentiles are everybody, right? Then the brother got confounded. He went home and said, damn, I hate the Most High. I hate these 2 talents that he gave me. It's not profiting me nothing. No, he didn't do that. He came back and worked on it, man. And then he got that 4-star level of understanding. Now he could teach more, right? So the Lord's going to tell him the same thing, that you're a faithful servant. Verse 23, his Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. So that's to show you that, it don't matter what level of understanding you got. As long as you got some type of understanding and you can preach what you understand, then you can more than, receive the kingdom, if it be in the will of the Most High. So you got to work and strive, and whatever you're lacking, you got to work on it. You don't just sit home and just be a lukewarm brother. I only know Deuteronomy, so why study it? Why study more if the Lord only gave me 1 talent? No, you're supposed to lean up in your chair and open the book and start reading and breaking and, trying to understand things that you don't understand. You could always ask brothers, like me, for example. There's a brother that I could rely on, 9 times out of 10 to ask him a question, and he always answer me according to the scriptures. Right? So things that I don't understand, I ask him, he enlightens me, then boom, I increase my talent. Now that's another talent I got. I'm not sitting there and, damn, I don't know what it means. Forget it. Skip it. You got to increase your talents, man, so the Lord can come back and deem you as a good servant. Right? I'm going to read 23 again. His Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. 24. Now, this is that sluggard one, man. Then he that had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man. Right? Making excuses. Reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is Slakia. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. So this man with the 1 talent, the 1-star level understanding, he took that 1 star, he forsook it. He's not bringing it out no more. He's not using that 1 star that the Most High gave him. And he hid it, man. Right? And he said, and then when the Lord came back, he was like, oh, he brought it from the back of his mind and brought it to the front. He said, here, Lord, you gave me this 1 talent. Here it is again. I give it back to you. What is that doing for the Most High? That ain't doing nothing. Just like you jakes out there that, y'all got, damn, y'all call them drug lords or whatever, right? That'll issue you out what you got to do, and you go out and you got to multiply, then bring it back to him, right? If he give you a pen, man, right? And you go out with that pen, and the pen is worth $1, right? And then you go back and you still got that same pen in your hand. He gonna be like, hold on now, did it just sit on your couch? What was you doing? Slacky. He's gonna be like, what were you doing with that pen I gave you, man? Didn't I tell you to go sell that and bring me $5 back, for example? But no, you came back with the same pen, or you came back with the same pen instead of having multiple pens or money to make up for it, right? You come back with the same damn pen he gave you. He gonna be like, what was the point of me giving that to you? He gonna take that pen, give it to the next man that's been doing what he had to do, that's been multiplying the amount of pens or the amount of money. And, he gonna deal with that brother and give him whatever he gave you. He gonna take it from you and give it to him, right? Which the Lord is about to go into that. Verse 26, his Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which hath 10 talents. So the Lord is going to take your 1-star level of understanding and give it to the man that got the 10-star, and now that brother got 11. And you got nothing. Now you sitting there just a dumb statue. You just a Jake now. Now you just Jake in the world. You think you can smoke now. You think Deuteronomy don't apply to you no more, right? You just out and just about, man. You just in the world, right? Verse 29. For unto every one that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. Right? So the Lord took it away, and now you got nothing, man. Now you just Jake, right? That's why you can't be, lukewarm. That's being lukewarm. That one brother that had that one talent, he's being lukewarm and comfortable. At least the Most High gave me Deuteronomy. I don't gotta go into damn Isaiah. I don't got to go into Jeremiah. I don't got to go into the book of Jonas. I don't got to go into the book of Romans. But I got Deuteronomy, and, I'm that dude. No, that's being lukewarm, man. You got to multiply your talents, right? Let's get a precept. Revelations 3:16. Like I said, it's not going to be a long video. I was just touching on that real quick. Revelations 3 and verse 16. Bear with me. And it says, so then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, so that's what lukewarm means, you just mediocre, I will spew thee out of my mouth, right? So you being that brother with the one talent, and you good and content, content, Slacky, with that one talent, the Lord is going to spew you out because you being lukewarm. You're not hot or cold, right? You got some type of knowledge, but you're not being hot with it. And you're not cold because you got some type of knowledge, man. Right? Because the Lord gave you something. So you're not hot or cold. You're just sitting there just being lukewarm. Right? The Lord said, I'm going to spew you out, man. Right? One more precept. Matthew 7:21. Right? This might be the last precept. Most High willing. If that being the will of the Lord. Matthew 7:21. So this is the book of Matthew 7. 7 in verse 21. And it says, not everyone, Matthew 7 and verse 21. I'll start at 23, actually. Actually, bear with me. Hold on. I'll start at 21. Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. And doing the will of the Most High is, multiplying your talents, as we just read, right? Many will say to me in that day, right? So also, because it says, he that doeth the will of the Father, right? So let's get a precept real quick. Let me get Luke 14 and verse 23, right? So this is one of the things you're supposed to do, especially when you got a talent by the Most High, given to you by the Most High. And the Lord said unto the servant, go into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled, right? So you got to go out. When you get a talent by the Most High, and you're a man anyway, you're supposed to work your way up to, go out and preach, right? So if the Lord gave you a talent and the Lord said, if you call yourself a servant of the Lord and you're a man and you're not preaching on the highways and byways, you gotta work your way up to that. You can't have that talent that the Lord gave you and you're not using that, right? And ultimately, when you going out and preaching on the highways and byways, you have to learn more. You got to. Because even when I had first started, me and Jaquan first started going out there, we had notebooks. We had our studying notebooks out there and going through the precepts that was in our notebook. And then we got built up more and more. Then we can go into precepts without even using the notes, man. Breaking down, more things, right? Getting more precepts, right? So ultimately, that's you doing the work, man. You multiplying your talents. You have to, right? Learning more and studying. 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? So that man with the one talent, he gonna say, Lord, I was preaching Deuteronomy 19. Or Deuteronomy. I had Deuteronomy in my head. Have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you, depart from me, ye that work iniquity. So you being lukewarm and you not multiplying on your talents, man, you are a worker of iniquity, man. Right? The Lord said to show your faith in James 2:18. He said, show your faith by your works. So if you're not working and constantly working, you're not showing your faith. So ultimately you being lukewarm and you working iniquity, man. Right, so I'm going to end it there. I'm going to give all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ. Shalom. And brothers, y'all got to endure and y'all got to multiply in your talents or the Lord will take your talent away from you. That being said, all praise to the Most High. Shalom.